Good afternoon. I think it's working. I just wanted to show, and this isn't a craft art video, but kind of crafty, kind of arty. Somebody else already did the art. Pixie, Waite, whoever. US Games, possibly. But what I did was I took a 8x10 canvas. The one that's underneath here turned out to be way too big. At first it seemed like it was going to work. I did that in a live chat, I think, painted the three things there representing spirit, whatever people, wands, cups, swords, pentacles, but I didn't need to use it, so I got to figure out something else to do with it. But it's kind of sitting on 4 coasters, which were gifted to me by somebody. And you can see the rulers are telling you this is 8x10, at least in inches. Maybe you can figure out the centimeters. I'll let you do that. Let's go back and look at the thumbnail here for a second, which does look a little bit fuzzy down near the King of Pentacles. And that seems typical. Plus it's way zoomed in. But anyway, right now it's been... each of the 78 cards has been glued on with this. Not the kid kind, but the... Oh, sorry, you can't see it right now. I'll show it to you later. But the glue all, the extra strong kind. And here's what the underpainting looks like the canvas itself. I wanted it to be a kind of gray and purple, kind of spirit-like, to include all the cards. I'll put it that way. The edges are kind of color-coded, not that it matters, you know, fire, water, air, earth, but the colors didn't come out so great, but that's okay. So there it is, and now I can show you the glue that I used to stick them on with, that kind. And then all these inks were mixed with, and the bottom layer, whatever you call that, with gesso, any kind, doesn't matter. Basically, this is gesso, but anyway, that's a whole other thing. Of course, you need a brush to paint it with, and I used a bunch of different kinds of fountain pen inks, some of which kind of smeared and run, which is cool. That background gray color is a mix of Black India, this waterproof ink that you usually see for people who do comic books and stuff. I mixed that with gesso to get that gray. And then the purple is this mixed with some gesso and glue. The top of the canvas, which I'll show in a second, is this sunset orange color. These are Pilot inks, like Pilot pens. Same company, I guess. I don't even know what this is, but it's like a light blue for the, even though it looks kind of like a dark blue, for the cups and water. Then I use like this, however you pronounce that, blue myosostis. It's like some kind of flower, it looks like, kind of purpley, light blue. I used that for the air down here. And swords. And then this was supposed to be a light green, but it kind of looks very bluish to me, which is fine. Could have used that for water. And that's over here. I'll show this in a second. That's for pentacles or earth. So let me get these rulers out of here. These are nice except for the cork on the back, but that's okay. They come in all these bizarre colors. I cover up the name because I don't like to be advertising, even though I guess I just did. So after I did all of that, then I glued the cards on one at a time with this. Kind of a very light water plus gesso over the top, and then let that dry. And then in the very end, I've only put on 1 coat so far. I need a couple more, I think. I put on this stuff called liquid glass. There's several kinds, doesn't have to be this kind. When you look at it, it's nothing like glass, and if you put too much on, it doesn't look like glass. In other words, it's not transparent. It gets kind of cloudy like it is in the bottle. But as you can see here, if you don't put on a lot at once, it turns out okay. I did that for my elf giveaway thing, and it does adhere to itself. So you need something like this to get the lid off after you've used it one time. But let's pick this up so you can see the back. It's just a canvas, nothing special. Walmart, in fact. I glued these on the back, so if I forget, as you do once you get older, I can see that this is the Tiny Universal Waite Tarot, and that's what the back of the cards look like. And that's my funky signature, even though I can't take credit for this. I'm probably going to paint some black in here on the wood, and then this background, even though I don't think it's see-through at any point. Nope, it's not. But anyway, here's the top, which is the equivalent of the wands or fire. Here's the cups, equivalent of water, I guess, if you make those associations. This turned out okay, even though the color has a purplish. Once it mixed with the liquid glass, kind of, it started to dissolve and get drippy, which is cool, I thought. Maybe not appropriate for air, but this would be swords to me. And then this light green ink kind of mixed too and started to drip, which is cool. That's earth or pentacles. So there it is, all at a glance. What good is this? I don't know. If you're just starting out with tarot, you can see things pretty quickly. It's a shame, kinda, that every deck doesn't come with something like this, an 8x10 sheet with all the cards, because obviously it can be done. And I guess I could do it myself, but that means taking 78 pictures, shrinking them down, printing them on one sheet of paper. But that would be nice if that could catch on as a trend, I think. So I'll end with this kind of zoomed in. Hopefully not crooked like it is currently. And there are other channels that do much better. Mystical, whatever you call them, occult projects. I won't name any. Maybe I'll put a couple in the description below. They do like puppets and stuff like that. They're much more crafty, artsy. Here we go with the zoom in. Can end on that. Maybe put this color on the side because I kind of like it. Just put it on the side without the silly name brand thing. Look at that little teardrop there for dipping your pen in. If you ever make it to the bottom. These things seem to be bottomless the way I used them. Mostly like a glass dip pen or the one my grandmother gave me long time ago. And I guess that's it. That's long enough. So with that, I will say peace and enjoy.